It's the word, y'all boys, man. In this vid, I'm pretty much just gonna be going over if I had to restart as a producer in 2026, how I move, how I conduct myself as a producer, drop songs, network with artists, and stuff like that. Most producers think leverage comes from placements, followers, or cosigns, but leverage actually comes from how useful you are before anyone owes you anything. If I were restarting, I'd focus on becoming someone artists and producers can rely on. Fast turnarounds, clean files, meaning like no like samples that still need to be cleared and stuff like that. Clear communication, consistency, all those things create trust and open doors way faster than talent alone ever will. If I was just starting out and I'm hitting people up and I'm promising people certain stuff like loops on this day or this kind of beats, or people are asking me for a certain style of beats or loops, and I'm checking in with my producers and letting them know. Granted, I don't have any connections yet because I'm just starting out, but the people that I am trying to connect with, I'm just making sure I'm getting them what they need on time so that they can always hit me back for certain stuff, or I could be the first person they call back for anything really. When you don't have credits yet, I kind of feel like your leverage is your value. How you market yourself, how prepared you are, and how easy you are to work with all speak louder than any accolades or accomplishments ever will. Artists and producers, remember the people who made their process easier, whether it's for one song or a whole project. That's really how you build connections before you ever get a real placement. Second thing I practice starting off as a producer in 2026, man, choosing the right artist to grow with and not chase. One of the biggest mistakes producers make is chasing artists who are already too far ahead of them or too industry, or already got their main producers and kind of aren't really looking for new producers to create waves with. If I was starting over, I wouldn't look for the biggest names or the highest streaming artists. I'd look for artists who are serious, consistent, and moving forward at the same pace I am. Growth happens the fastest when both sides are building together at the same pace, not when one side is begging to be let in. The right artist or producer isn't just talented, they're active and got a real plan. So they're releasing music on a monthly basis, handling business correctly as far as payments, splits, and just overall taking their careers seriously. Like, those are the relationships that turn into real catalogs and opportunities. You don't need a mainstream artist, you need alignment. All that looking for artists that's already going crazy and just charting and charting and charting, it's like, it's cool, but I really wouldn't waste my time. I feel like I didn't waste my time doing that when I did start, but in 2026 I feel like it'd be more apparent because just how the egos are in the industry. Like, everybody got an ego, bro. Like, everybody feels entitled to something, everybody feels like they're doing you a favor, and you know what I'm saying, connections aren't really mutual anymore. Like, everything's kind of different, the business is different, the relationships are different. So I definitely make sure I'm choosing the right artist to grow with. It doesn't even have to really be somebody like in your city or local. Like, it can be somebody from another city, but just try to stay, not, I wouldn't say stay away, but just kind of try to take it slower when you want to work with way bigger artists, because a lot of that stuff come with things that y'all not even ready for, bro. Especially like dealing with labels and stuff like that, it could get real chaotic. Just working with bigger artists and they already have producers, so you're not really guaranteed a placement. When I say choosing the right artist to grow with, I'm pretty much talking about artists that don't really already have a producer or like a signature sound that they build and they still trying to figure it out. Those are really the artists to grow with, because they're trying to still find their sound, and you helping them find their sound and building their sound with them is way more important than just finding somebody that already has a sound and you're trying to add to it. That's perfectly fine, but for number two, that's how I'm coming. Third thing I'll do if I was restarting 2026 as a producer, man. The third thing I'll make sure I'm doing, which kind of ties into 1 and 2, is just making sure that I'm industry ready. When it comes to making beats nowadays, if your networking is on point and your marketing is on point, you know how to really brand yourself, and everything you do hard, everything you do is high quality, and you're not really slacking off, you're gonna end up getting somewhere, bro. You're gonna end up making connections, you're gonna end up landing some placements. Realistically, industry ready doesn't just mean that your beats sound good. Everybody has good beats. I'm gonna mention in every video that I can go find a 12-year-old with the hardest beats in the world right now. That means absolutely nothing. In 2026, it means your entire process is clean as hell, your beats are structured for vocals, and your communication is clear at all times, bro. Artists and producers are busy, they don't have time to decode your workflow or figure you out or none of that, bro. Like, being industry ready means removing friction and gray areas. When someone opens a pack you sent them or is trying to take their sound in a different direction and they need your help, everything should feel easy and intentional. That's what separates producers who get called back from producers who get ignored. If you don't want to get ignored, be helpful, be the help. I know it doesn't sound as like good as it's supposed to sound, but being the help, you get a long long way from being the help, bro. You can make a lot of money from being the one that helps. And at the end of the day, everyone's here to do their job. I mean, without the artist, it's just a beat. Without the beat, it's just a acapella. So this is a 50-50 thing. It's not supposed to be like the artist is putting in 80% of the work and the producer is doing 20. It's a 50-50 thing, bro. And as long as you treat it like that and you connecting with artists that know that it's supposed to be treated like that, you're gonna get a long way, bro. Just stay away from egos, be industry ready, make sure that you're always on point so that when it comes to you and your production and your organization and your turnarounds when it comes to these files and just sending beats over, you really can keep a clean name. Keeping a clean name and a clean face is overly important. It's just good to be on top of it when it comes to the business aspect of producing. A lot of people just think it's about the beats, but being industry ready actually means, especially in 2026, to be bigger than just your music, bro. Like the mindset, the things that you got to offer when connecting with different A&Rs, producers, managers, engineers, artists, it's important. You want people to take you seriously and you want to maximize your growth within the shortest amount of time. Be reliable all the time, not 50% of the time, not 60, 70, 80. Always be on top of it, stay on top of it. Just devote yourself to not slacking off, bro, and staying consistent. People will realize that it's gonna, it's gonna come in handy, bro. You just knowing everything about the business and going over these contracts and being pretty much industry ready, bro. It's not gonna be easy to figure out a lot of this stuff and know how to pick people's brains and learn how to close sales and stuff like that, but actually becoming industry ready starts with you being as reliable as you can be and being as helpful as you can be and just knowing as much as you can know and learning constantly. Fourth thing I'd do if I had to restart this year, man, on a daily basis, I will make sure that I'm practicing the no ego rule so that I can win in the long run. Ego is one of the biggest reasons producers continuously block opportunities and growth. If I was restarting, I'd be who I am today. I'd stay myself, keep a strict no ego rule, especially early on. That means being open to feedback, not taking criticism personally, and just keeping the understanding that I have more work to do instead of getting comfortable or thinking I made it already. The goal isn't to prove that you're the best. The goal is to make and release good music and build a nice catalog and discography for you and the artists and producers around you. I actually think I did a good job carrying myself like that early on. Artists remember producers who are easy to work with, adaptable, and focused on the bigger picture, bro. Ego might get attention once, but staying down nonstop and working consistently and continuously builds careers that actually last a long time. There is no way possible that I'm about to be walking around in 2026 with any ego. I also would not allow that of anybody around me. Like if I see one of the bros and they got a huge ego or they're trying to charge somebody for placements, or that's something you gotta really talk to your people about, bro. Like, you gotta chill, bro. That's not how we gonna get far, and it's not how you're gonna get far. You can see it with any artist or producer that has the biggest ego in the world. It never really works out, or people just look at them like they're corny as hell, bro. You can lose so many opportunities by flaunting or boosting or boasting about your accomplishments 24/7 that people really in real life don't care about. You can steer people away, make people feel belittled and not want to be around you anymore because they think it's just like, all right, this guy barely even cares about the music, he just cares about the end goal and the outcome. You can be looked at as an opportunist, selfish, weird, and just overall loud and obnoxious when it comes to being in different rooms or freaking Discord chats, group chats, like whatever the case may be. When someone just being around you constantly making beats with you or working with you and they see certain things that they don't like as far as you being very egotistic and having a huge ego, it can steer a lot of people away. Word to get around about stuff like that. Like I said, word always gets around with these producers. It happens. Everyone talks. You can't really stop it, and that's probably one of the worst things to have on your name, is being that one arrogant ass dude that just doesn't care about anything but the outcome of things, or but the end goal, or but the benefits. This is way deeper than benefits. It's music. It's something that's priceless. So yeah, I feel like as long as you treat it like that and have that mentality, like it's all art, who cares about what comes after it? We're gonna work, we're gonna make money off of what we do, but at the end of the day, just to talk about the outcome 24/7 and flaunt that as if it's the only important thing here, you're not gonna make too many good friends, bro. So that'd be the fourth thing I practice, no ego rule. Moving on to number 5, gang. Building a career with social media and having an effective outreach. This is something that I would make sure I focus more on and just study more, because algorithms change 24/7, bro. And I've had like the toughest time like just trying to figure out what times to post certain things or what to actually DM people nowadays, because the way the social's set up, like you might be DMing somebody or emailing somebody and the whole time it's going straight to their spam or it's going straight to their message request, and you're not really able able to get through to people because your message is just not hitting, or it's not eye-catching, or you're not marketing yourself on the gram correctly, or BeatStars or YouTube, and you just kind of really don't know what's going on. So I really feel like I'll study algorithms more, because it's actually a system, bro. Like, it's people that's running it. Like, I know there's people that's running behind this stuff, really running it, but in reality it is kind of just a system that's like, you got to really pay attention to the times that you posting, what you're posting, because viewer retention nowadays is like this. If I were restarting right now, I'd use social media way more intentionally. I wouldn't post just to post, and I definitely wouldn't chase numbers. Me personally, I would treat my page like a museum, something an artist or really any creator can look at and immediately understand my sound, my direction, and how serious I am. That way, when I reach out, I'm not a stranger anymore. This can be pinned work clips, just reels of you making beats, cooking up, or in the studio with artists, showing your daily routine or what you do on a daily basis, just being a producer. No begging posts, no complaining online, less memes, more work. You want a page that feels trustworthy. So regardless if you don't have any pictures at all on your page, like your highlights, it gotta be some on your highlights. You can't just be a ghost online. It's not gonna work. You're not Playboy Cardi. You can't just have a black profile picture and 0 posts and blow up out of nowhere. Like, it's not gonna work like that, bro. You're a producer, you're not an artist. Stop chasing the mysterious look. You look stupid as hell. You're not mysterious. You're not some internet ghost that's already rich and doing your own thing. Like, you're not Can, bro. Just post on IG, show your life, bro. Show some beats. You can make beat posts, not the corny ones with just the wave on there, but you know, you can make real life beat posts with videos or animations or visualizers. You can do collab posts with other producers or reels with other producers. Just small stuff that you can do consistently, like incrementally, like on a consistent basis, week in and week out, just to grow attention and keep your timeline updated. I'd also change how I do outreach. Instead of sending cold messages and hoping for a reply, I make sure my social media already does some of the talking for me. Consistent clips and real activity make conversations easier to start and easier to continue. Social media wouldn't be the goal, it'd just be the support system that helped my outreach. I make sure it speaks for me, and it's kind of like a business card, or like I said, like my own personal museum, bro. Like, just everything I do publicly, like that I want to be seen. The most important part, I feel like, is at least if you're not gonna post too many like pictures or videos like on IG or stuff like that, still document the process, and you know what I'm saying, take clips and pictures. Even if you're not gonna post them, just have them to keep for yourself so that you can post later and show the actual journey or show the progress, because that's how you really make a story. Like, even with me just doing this, like, I don't really care about like views or stuff like that, because I know all my other videos gonna get millions of views. This video here gonna have millions of views because it's just a part of the story. It's just a part of the process, you know. So document your journey. Even if you're not gonna post everything, you don't have to post everything, but still take pictures, take videos, do vlogs and content, and you know what I'm saying, just keep messages that you have with people so that you can compare them to then from now, and you know what I'm saying, just cool stuff like that, so that you have a story that can actually be told later on, and not just have like that industry plant feeling when you actually do make it somewhere and you haven't kept track of anything that you've done. That's gonna lead me into my last topic. I was just gonna do 5, but I got 6. I got a bonus one. That's gonna be my/your identity. One of the first things I lock in is my identity as a producer. When you look at people like Kanye, Sunny Digital, Metro Boomin, Murder Beats, Southside, TM88, etc., they didn't just have beats, bro. They really stood for something as producers and as a community. You could hear 2 seconds of their beats and you automatically knew who it was almost every time. And when you don't have that, it's easier to get lost or feel stagnant or start chasing everything instead of building something. I've learned that not knowing your purpose in this game, bro, it'll really slow you down more than anything else, because the worst thing you can do is wake up and just start making moves with no direction at all. Knowing who you are and the sound you're trying to develop, the wave that you're trying to start and keep going, really keeps you grounded. Your signature sound, your energy, your taste, the overall mission. When you're clear on that, every beat, every post, every connection just starts to make sense, and you stop feeling like you're just working and you start feeling like you're building. Moving forward has nothing to do with what you probably think it does, bro. Over time, when you start to realize that your beats is getting better and that you are getting more placements and that you're making more money and you're making more connections and more people are starting to take a liking to you and your image and your craft, that's when you know you've really been moving in the right direction and you haven't just been on a hamster wheel. A lot of people don't have an identity. They don't have good networking skills. They don't know how to sell beats. They don't know how to close on sales. They don't know how to use social media. They don't know how to not have an ego. I'm just gonna be the one to tell you, bro, like, there's not one person that you can name on this earth that has had terrible networking skills, that's terrible with social media, and that that just doesn't have an identity at all whatsoever. In 2026, restarting as a producer, I feel like would be easy for me, because I understand that people want bonds and relationships and someone that they can trust, that they can work with over and over and over again. People want someone that they're comfortable with. Artists and producers want somebody that's gonna send exactly what they need on time or when they ask, and not necessarily them hounding you over and over. But if you ever check up with the producer or just ask like, what do you need at this moment, and they tell you what it is and you actually get it back to them, that means a lot. Like, it might seem simple to you, but that actually means a lot, because a lot of people just aren't doing that. A lot of people are leaving their producers on, ghosting them, or ghosting their engineers, or ghosting their artists, and it just leaves people frustrated when you felt like you had somebody that you could work with and that you could rely on and trust, and now you got to find a whole nother producer or a whole nother engineer just because this person wanted to be on top of their stuff for 3 months straight, and now they're just slacking off because they feel like they made it already, or they're getting complacent. Never get complacent. Always stay consistent and just be able to see the bigger picture. This is not about placements. This is about building good systems for yourself so that you can get non-stop work done and release good records on a monthly basis. It's not about getting one huge song. It's not about getting 2 huge songs in 5 years. It's about dropping good music that's gonna stream, that's gonna sit in people's playlists and be played over and over again, whether it's only 10,000 people or 100,000 people or 1 million people. You want to release good music and build a strong catalog for yourself, bro. It's 2026. It's easier than ever, but it's harder than ever as well. It's a really crowded space right now, and if you don't know how to move, you're only gonna be in your own way more than anyone else is. Choosing the right artist to grow with, building leverage before you have credits, all this stuff is key. I really hope y'all took y'all notes in this video, man. Let me know what y'all trying to see next. I don't want to ever make it seem like I'm rushing through these. I kind of just go over each topic as thoroughly as I can and go in depth as much as I can without trying to drag it on. But if y'all want me like go more in depth like about certain topics, I'll do it. Or if y'all just want me to keep going with the pace that I'm going at, I'll just keep doing this. Like I said, I rock with the slides, so I'm gonna keep these going because they keep me on point and just help me remember what I'm supposed to be saying while I'm talking. But like I said, this is my way of documenting the journey. I'm not really worried about the views or nothing. I just want y'all to learn from my mistakes and learn from what I did right and what I did wrong, you feel me? So this video was inspired by JB Sauced Up. He had made a video like if I had to restart as a producer in 2026, or if I had to start over or something like that. So appreciate bro for the idea. I appreciate y'all boys. Make sure y'all head over to mansionmob.com to get y'all sound kits, loop kits, sample packs, VST presets, drum kits, new merch coming soon. Whatever y'all want to see on there, just let us know, man. We doing cover arts and just really everything for the community. We helping out. So I appreciate y'all a lot, bro. We're gonna be dropping more vlogs on the Mansion Mob channel as well. I'm gonna put that up here. I don't consider myself like no teacher, or like I don't want to start any like courses or do anything like that, bro. I just want to hop on here, chop it up with y'all, make fire videos and just document the process, bro. So whoever y'all want to see Mansion Mob work with later in the future, this year or next year, let us know, bro. We willing to do everything. We networking every day. We creating every day. That's what we live for, bro. I go by Only One. The bros call me Only. I am the partial owner and founder of Mansion Mob LLC. We produce for some of the most prominent artists of this generation: Huncho, Skilla Baby, T Grizzly, Stunner Girl, Low Shimmy, P Youngin, Lakia, Babytron, Chicken P, Golden Boy Counter, Heem Beezy, D Moolah, and a whole lot of other artists, bro. Probably somebody that you might listen to every day, and many more artists that are just taking over right now and doing super well for themselves. I'm gonna put all our socials and our Discord up here. I'm gonna put the Discord link in the description so that y'all can just tap in, join up, and cook up with us, chop it up with us, bro. I just want to get y'all more involved in what I got going on, what we got going on, so I can keep documenting the journey and just keep everything going how it's supposed to be going, bro. I want to look back at a lot of this stuff and be able to just see it for myself, you know, regardless of whoever else sees it. So I appreciate y'all boys for tapping in. I hope y'all learned something. I'm gonna see y'all in the next vid. Comment below what y'all want to see next. I got a bunch of video ideas planned right now, but whatever y'all hit me with, I'm gonna make sure I get those out the way first, because that's what's most important to me. Y'all be safe, be cool, keep creating. I'm gonna tap in.